Right, welcome to our weekly YouTube video when we talk a little bit about Microcare. Of course, we are manufacturers of electronic components celebrating 34 years of manufacturing in South Africa. And what an interesting space we are in right now. Hey? So much change, increasing electricity prices, and of course, an influx of products onto the market. So thanks for all your comments, likes, shares, and subscribes. We really appreciate all the support. We're trying to educate, communicate, and give you the information. So we've been talking about some of the hot topics of late, and today we're probably going to answer one of the most asked questions that we get, and that is, what's the difference between a Microcare inverter and some of your other products in the market, typically your imported products? And there are quite a range of imported products at the moment. You can get a really 5 kilowatt, for instance, or 5 kVA, could be under 5,000 Rand, or you could have sort of top of the range 30,000 Rand. There's grid-tied, hybrid, bidirectional, off-grid, UPS. Oh, it's becoming a bit of a maze out there. Difficult for the consumer to always understand it. Typically, the sales guys will sell what they've got in stock. So how do we educate ourselves? So we want to talk about just maybe 7 things, quickly. 7 things that really separate Microcare from some of our other products. And we've spoken about some of the functionality, changeover, transformer, and all of that. But in terms of Microcare as a company, what are the things that really stand out for us? Well, number 1, it's local. Local expertise, local support, but local knowledge. You know, people often say to us, why don't you ditch the transformer, man? Do transformerless like the others are doing. And it's like, no, this is the best solution for our grid, for our environment. So we've really stuck to our guns. We know our game best by making products that are suitable for the South African market. And that's why within these 34 years, we've had products coming in for services and upgrades that are still going. Sitting in warehouses amongst farmyards somewhere amongst some animals, and they're still going because it's robust, it's tough. It's built for our environment. So that sort of really sets it apart. And we want to be careful about falling into the pressure of maybe these other things. People say, oh, that's new technology. No, this is the technology that works best for us, and it's the right solution for the South African market. So we know South Africa. And of course, with that comes this quality and reliability, robustness. Our products are made for Africa, in Africa, by Africans. They're made to withstand some really harsh conditions. So when we see an inverter coming in for a service or a repair, and it's full of ants, hills, and all sorts of animals have been sleeping in there, you know, we see how we're on the right track. It's the right thing to do. And then, so firstly, let me just mention their local support, local expertise. We focus on the South African market. Secondly, it's robust, it's quality, it's going to last a long time. It's a proper bucky of a product, this one. All right. Then thirdly, of course, our focus really is about customizing. You'll see some of our videos and posts. We've got solutions, 24 kilowatt, 30 kilowatts, 36. I mean, where do we get all these numbers from? And this is because we tailor-made as per the requirements of each customer. So if they need more panels, more batteries, we're not limited to any kind of sizes, which we often see in the competition. Our strings are fairly limitless. We can pretty much design as per the requirement. And so when we get some feedback, we're busy at the moment on our geyser controller, we're adapting it to a special application. We can do that because we've got that customizing ability right here at the factory. And so because of that, we've got really strong warranties. You might have seen us come out with a lifetime warranty on our products, you know, our transformers. We've got a repair and support center so the products can keep going. And then we're very aware of sort of local standards of what's required. There's a huge confusion about SSEG and NRS, and it's creating major confusion. And municipalities aren't sure what to do. So we've been assisting the likes of Nazda municipality, our own municipality, in just understanding some of these concepts. You know, we've been around in this game for 34 years. Grid Tower was around then, it's still around now. We've been familiar with all of these things. So we know the local standards. And sometimes we get involved and speak at conferences about trying to understand these applications. So standards and local market and requirements are very important for us, yeah. I think 2 of the other ones, perhaps finally, just support for the local economy, I think is so important. If you think about a solution, let's just call about a mini grid solution that costs R1 million. You know, it's so easy to see that R1 million go offshore to all sorts of places. Very little of that stays behind. Where if we're purchasing local products, we're creating jobs, developing skills, keeping the money in the region, in the economy. So it's very important for us that we're supporting local business as much as possible. And this means that we can boost our economy, keeping the resources in the region. And lastly, it's all about innovating. You know, we often talk about these amazing things happening around the world. They're happening right here. You would have seen our videos on EV chargers. We're doing some really innovative, cool things. So we're aware of the need to create energy independence and mitigate these rising costs, but we want to find solutions that work for us, not just the next best thing. Eh? Who can forget about see-through panels that were a big thing a few years ago? Nobody's really have taken them up because just the costs were just too high. It wasn't really practical for us. So we want to find practical, innovative solutions that work for us. So those are some of the things that really set us apart. And we're going to stick to these things and keep doing them. So partner with us. Thanks for those of you who choose local Microcare products. Let's keep on going and look forward to seeing how this rest of the year and the next couple of seasons pan out. Thank you for liking, sharing and subscribing, and stay tuned. Heritage Day around the corner. We're going to be celebrating proudly South African products right here at Microcare. Cheers.